Hello everyone and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator. We got this old piece of crap in the shop and this is a brake job, I think. Yeah, brake job. We need pads, caliper, disc, caliper, calipers. We need 3 calipers, pads, and a brake disc. So let's go ahead and pick this up from the parts store. Go in here, go over to brakes. Alright, we needed 3 calipers. We needed a set of pads and a brake disc. So now we can get this car done. What was this one over here? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I played this. Brake disc, ABS module, brake caliper, brake caliper. Okay, so we need 2 calipers, a disc, and a module. Go ahead and get that done. Disc, there's the module, and we needed calipers. Okay. So now we have all the parts that we need for both of these vehicles. Wow, we got a lot of parts. I think I might have already bought all those parts before. Like when I saved it last time and just didn't remember because it's been a while since I played. Oh well, we'll have extra. It's not a big deal. Because we do a whole lot of brake jobs in our shop. Because they are very easy to do. They're quick. And they give you a decent amount of experience. So obviously the calipers are bad on this and the disc is bad on this side. I don't know about the pad yet, but we'll see. Alright, we'll put the disc back on. That's bad. We'll put a new one there. This is where we'll find out about the pads. Nope, they're still good. So we'll put those back on and a new caliper. Because that caliper was garbage. Make sure. Yep. Alright, put a new caliper on here. And we are good to go. Get the wheel back. I'm always tempted when I do these customer cars, when their wheel looks like crap or whatever, just to go ahead and replace it. But the problem is I'm not sure if they'll pay me for it. And I don't want to go in the hole because I don't have a whole lot of money. I only have like almost 13 grand. Which, you know, isn't nothing to sneeze at, but that can go very quickly when I'm trying to restore a car. Alright, those pads were good too. Which means all the pads are going to be on the other side. What about the caliper? Yep, that caliper was garbage too. Okay, so that's going to be fixed. We can put the wheel back on and go around the other side of the car. Alright, what do we got left? Just pads and a caliper. And they'll both be over here on this other side. So let's see. That caliper looks fine. Let's go ahead and take the wheel off and check it. I know the caliper's good, but we don't know about the pads, so we have to take the caliper off in order to check the pads. Alright, let's try to put the pads back on, see if they're any good. Yep, they were fine, so I did not even need to take this apart. Because the caliper was still good too. Okay, so that means the caliper and the pads on the rear driver's side are bad. Alright, so once we get this done, we can get this car out of here and get our experience and get our money. We got 7 other customers still waiting to see if we'll take the job. No, we got 5 other customers still waiting to see if we'll take the job. I looked at the wrong number. Alright, so that's the pads and the caliper. Put that on there. And that is job done for this guy. Now you can get your car on out of my shop. Thank you, sir. Come again. Yep, we're all done. $501. See ya. Next. Alright, we got to replace the module on this one. That's the servo. Where's the module at? Should be over on this other. So there it is, over there. So it should be on the other side there. Take the module off. And then we will replace it. I got to get that screw things in faster. That is so slow. My other game is all the way maxed out, so it's like so fast. That is not so fast. Okay, so the module's done. We got to move this over to the lift so that we can change everything else that needs changed. I don't forgot what I was putting on here. I have the parts, but I don't remember what it is. Brake disc and 2 calipers. Okay. Let's go ahead and lift this guy up in the air. Now, luckily, we'll be able to see all of this from outside. We'll be able to tell whether the calipers are bad, that isn't bad, and those are fine on this side too. So they're both going to be on this side of the car. There's a bad caliper. The disc looks like it's okay though. I mean, it looks like crap, but it's not bad enough to replace yet. But we have to replace the caliper. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then the brake disc that is bad is going to be on the rear driver's side. So once we get this wheel back on, we'll go over there and knock it out. Man, all these cars are rusty. Damn, the caliper don't look too good on this either. Oh, that's right, it was 2 calipers, wasn't it? Okay, so that makes sense. I was trying to figure out if I screwed up and replace one that didn't need replacing, but I think both of them were bad. Go ahead and get the new caliper on. Yeah, they were both bad. Alright, so that should be job done once I get the wheel back on. And we can get this guy out of the shop and go ahead and move on with the next car. That is everything. Okay, $1,378 for that job. Wow. Alright, so we are almost at 15 grand now. And we have an upgrade point. No, we don't have an upgrade point. Alright, so let's go and see what we can do now. We got more brakes. Go ahead and take that. Alright, let's see what this one needs. 2 pads, brake disc ventilated, and a caliper. Move you on over to the lift. Alright, let's go ahead and knock this guy out real quick. Alright, do I have everything I need? I got calipers in here already. Let's go ahead and sell off all this stuff so I know what I have. Get rid of all this old junky parts that I've taken off the cars. I'll do those boxes later. Alright, what do we need here? We need a brake disc ventilated. And we need 2 pads. And I have calipers, a lot of them, so I don't need to buy any of those. Alright, what else do we need here? Suspension, clunks and rattles. Loud exhaust, that'll be easy. Let's do that. Alright, we got the brake job here and we got exhaust on the other one. Let's go ahead and open up these cases and see what we got from those. Got a rim, an engine block, and an alternator. Alright, so we're going to sell the rim. Probably sell the engine block as well. That's over $1,000, that's nice. And we'll sell the alternator as well. And we'll go up here to this case and we'll open this one up. We might hit $20,000 this episode. See, we got exhaust. We've got an oil pan. And I didn't see what the other one was. Supercharger. We're going to sell all of those. We're at 17,500 now. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and lift this guy up in the air and get this brake job done real quick. You might be asking yourself, well, why do you keep doing brake jobs? Why don't you do any of the other jobs? Well, I have. I've done pretty much every job that you can do on this game. But in the early levels like this, it's smarter to do brake jobs, exhaust jobs, switching out the air filter and oil filter, that kind of thing, because they're quick and easy jobs, and you can get a hell of a lot more done. In the early game, it's not so much about money, it's more about experience. So you want to get as many jobs done as you can, as quick as you can, to rack up that experience so you can unlock all of your stuff. Once you get everything unlocked, then it's about money instead of experience, because then you're trying to make as much as you can so you can buy junk cars and afford to fix them up, because then when you sell that junkyard car after you fix it up, you make a hell of a lot of money. And that's how you progress in the late game. But early game, all about the experience. You've got to get as many jobs through the shop as you can, get as much experience as possible to progress through that upgrade tree. So that's why we're doing the easy jobs instead of the hard ones. I could do a suspension job where I got to rip the entire suspension out. I've already done that in this series so far. I could do some of the more complicated ones where you're looking at the drivetrain, you're tearing the engine apart, all that stuff. I could do those things. And I will do those things when we start doing things for experience or for money instead of experience. But it's not worth it because you don't get enough experience for doing it to justify the time that you spend on it. See, in just the time it took me to explain that, I did the entire brake job. It's out of the shop, I done got the experience. And now I'm moving on to the exhaust. But I'd still be taking apart the engine if that's what I was doing. All right, what do we got in this case? We got a radiator fan, looks like a timing belt, and a brake drum. All right, so the radiator fan is a ROT B. That's only going to work for some of the Jeeps, so we'll get rid of that. The timing belt is a V8 timing belt. We probably could keep that, but I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. And the brake drum will work with anything that has drum brakes in the rear. So I'll keep that one. All right, we need exhaust manifold, 14 turbo, rear muffler C, and an exhaust pipe. This is going to be an easy, cheesy job. This is not going to take long at all. All right, let's go over here to the computer, and we will pick up the parts that we needed. If I can remember what the hell they were. Oh, I didn't. See, I think it was rear muffler C. What was the rest of the stuff I needed? I honestly don't remember. I might have to go back over and check, because I don't want to buy a whole bunch of the wrong parts. Was it an exhaust manifold, maybe? Does any of these look familiar? Manifold 14C. That matches the others. So let's grab that. I don't know if that's right or not, though, to be honest with you. I took a risk and bought them. I'm going to check after I move the car over. I hope that I got the right stuff. All right, so let's lift this up. Just a little bit, because we're going to have to take the exhaust manifold off if that's what it is. And it looks like I was right on that, because I can already see that that's bad underneath there. And 14 turbo. What did I buy? 14C? Did I buy the wrong thing? I got to take the turbo off first before I can even get it off. I think I might have bought the wrong piece. Let me check. I think this is wrong, but I got to take it off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure I bought the 14C, not the turbo. Yeah, damn it. Can I repair it? No, just the manifold cover. Okay. So we're going to have to buy the 14 turbo, which means I don't need that 14C, so I'll have to resell it. I'll take a little bit of a hit off that, but I should have went back and checked instead of trying to remember. But, you know, it happens. Happens as you get a little bit older, you forget things. Now, believe me, in real life, I wouldn't have made that mistake, because I'd have checked 3 or 4 times to make sure I knew exactly what I had to order before I ordered it. Because that costs real money in real life. On here, it's just game money. It's not that big a deal. All right, so that part of the job is done. We got to put this turbo back on. Good old turbocharger. All right, everything is back together there. Now we got to finish lifting this up. I just hope that the other parts I bought were right. Otherwise, we might end up going in the hole on this job, which is not what I wanted to do. Is that all one piece? That looks kind of weird. Rear muffler C and exhaust pipe. I don't think I bought an exhaust pipe at all. Let me look here. Exhaust pipe. Yeah, I didn't buy that. I bought the rear muffler C, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't buy the exhaust pipe. Alright, let's put this back together and hope that I got the right parts. This should have been a quick and easy, no-brainer job, but I screwed it up. And I bought the wrong exhaust manifold. But, come on. I think I got the right muffler at least. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. So we only took a little bit of a hit on the exhaust manifold, but that is going to be covered by the cost that we got, you know, the payment that we got, so we're all good there. Because I'll be able to sell the manifold back. Not for a whole lot of money, but I took a bit of a hit, but not too bad. We're still to the good. All right, what do we got in here? Cam gear, a throttle, and I don't know what the other thing was. I couldn't read it. Carburetor. Stuff's so small, it's hard to read. Especially like when you're doing the tires. You'll see that when I start actually fixing up my own cars. You have to replace tires and stuff, and it is so hard to read the numbers. They're so small. All right, what do we got? Another brake job? Give it to me. All right, what do we need for this? Brake disc ventilated, brake disc, ABS pump, and brake disc. We need 2 discs, a pump, and ventilated. What do I have? I have a disc. I have 2 discs, actually. Awesome. All right, so I didn't try to tune it. I got the module, but not the pump. Okay. And I needed 2 discs, ventilated, and a pump. All right, so let's move this over to the lift. And, damn pole. And before I forget, let's go over here and buy what we need. Let's see, brakes. I need the brake disc ventilated and the pump. Okay. Let's replace the pump first. It's going to be on this other side back there. There we go. I have to take the module off first before I can get to the pump. That's crazy looking. He must have had problems with the module already, because the pump was old as hell and rusty, and the module was brand new. So he must have just got that replaced not too long ago, and then the pump went out on him. That's got to suck. Have problems with your braking system, and you think you fix it, and then all of a sudden another part goes bad right after? That's no fun. Alright, so here is one of the brake discs. It's bad right there. I can see that from a mile away. We'll get that replaced. The ventilated is going to be on one of the front tires. They always are. The rear are always either just regular brake discs or the brake drums, depending on if you have drum brakes or not. But you never have the ventilated brake disc on the rear. They're always on the front. So we get all this put back together. Now, that being said, you can have regular brake discs on the front as well. You will find that, but you won't find the ventilated on the back. Alright, so that is that part done. And then over here we have the brake disc ventilated that's bad. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. come on. Sometimes it's difficult to get on the right thing. It doesn't want to cooperate with you. Which is kind of funny because in real life you have problems when you're doing jobs too. Usually not focusing on the right part. Usually the problem you have in real life is you'll have a screw or a bolt or something like that that is just kind of frozen in place. And you got to try to get it loose. You got to try to get it loose. You take WD-40 and spray it to try to get it loose. Worst case scenario, you get like an extender for your ratchet, a big long bar, and you just force that bitch loose. I've seen people get so pissed off they take a torch to it and actually cut the bolt, which is hilarious. I had a rotor one time on, was it on my Aspen or my Impala? I'm not sure which vehicle it was on. But anyway, I was replacing a rotor, which is just the brake disc. And that damn thing was, I mean, it was rusted. And it was like frozen in place. It would not come off. So we took what's called a digging bar. I don't know if y'all city people know what a digging bar is. It's a long, super heavy piece of metal. And you use it for digging. It's like really long and it's got like a flat point at the end where you can dig with it. And it's the perfect tool to get inside in between the rotor and try to pry it loose. So I stuck that in there and pushed against it, but I couldn't get it to move. So I had my buddy hold it, and I started taking to it with a damn big old 16-pound sledgehammer. And it took multiple hits with that sledgehammer, but finally that sumbitch popped loose. And when it popped loose, that digging bar come flying out and damn near took my buddy's leg off. It was a hell of a note. Okay, what do we got here? We can do faster part installing, faster walking, tire tread tester, don't really care about that. Examine 3 parts, don't really care about that. Faster screwing and unscrewing, that might be what we do. Because that's definitely necessary, I need that. And we got the multimeter and some other tester down here. Let's see. The multimeter is for all the electric stuff. This is the OBD scanner. This looks at your different components that are connected to the computer of the car. I think I'm going with the screwing though. I need the faster screwing and unscrewing because that is just crazy doing it so slowly. I hate it. All right. Didn't I have another car over here? Let's get this one. It's another brake job. See what this one needs. It needs pads, caliper, disc, pump. Okay. But seriously, am I going crazy? Did I have another car sitting over here already? Or did I only get the one and move it over and not get another one? I could have swore I had another car sitting over here. And now it's just gone. I'll have to watch the footage back. Maybe I didn't get another car. I just grabbed the one and went. Let's add that to our map. Go ahead and open the case up, see what we got. Oh, that's going to be expensive. Got a head cover. A air filter is not expensive. That head cover might be. $47 for the air filter. $237 for that exhaust section. Oh, it's only $224 for the head cover. Huh. Okay. So what all do we have in here? We have 5 calipers. We have brake discs. We have brake pads. Alright. Can I move this anywhere? Yes, I can. I could have swore I had another car. That's going to bug me until I go back and watch it. I'm probably wrong, though. I probably didn't go ahead and get another car. But it just caught me by surprise. I was expecting there to be a vehicle over there, and I turned and there was nothing there. Alright, let's replace this pump. We'll take the module off. We'll slide this pump out. Put the new one in. And we will be good to go. Put the module back on. Damn, that module is brand new too. This is the second car in a row where the pump was bad, the module was brand new. It's not a bad looking little car. It's a little rusty. It's not too terrible. Kind of looks almost like the car that we had in the very beginning of the episode. Hell, it might be the car we had in the very beginning of the episode, because in that one, I think I replaced the module. And the pump wasn't bad enough yet, so maybe the pump finally went bad. It's hard to tell. Repeat customers would be a good thing, though. Put the new brake disc on. Put the new pads on. Those pads are still okay. We'll put those back on then. Caliper. That caliper's garbage, so we'll put a new caliper on there. I don't remember everything this vehicle needs. I was kind of talking and I wasn't paying really close attention. I was just kind of on autopilot as I was going. Let's see, what do we have in here? We'll get rid of this stuff. I got 2 pads and a bunch of calipers left. I don't think anything's bad there. That doesn't look bad, and that doesn't look bad. Okay. So what do we need? Oh, we just need pads, so who knows? Could be any of them. I already have pads in my inventory, so I could just use those. I just have to find which one's bad. Which is kind of a scavenger hunt. You never know till you check them. Because you can't visibly tell that they're bad. Those are still really good. Put that back together. The way this usually works is... What is going on here? I put a new one on instead of a bad one. Thought that didn't look right. But what usually happens here is that it'll be the very last one that I check. Is how it normally works. So we'll check this one here, and if it's not this one, we have to go around the other side and check. I believe it was the front on the other side. Because the rear I replaced the brake disc and everything on. Yep, there's the bad pads right there, so we got lucky. Put the caliper back on, and this will be job done once we put the wheel on. And this guy can go on his way. And he can come see us again when something else breaks. Alrighty. Job done. Made $1,700. We spent $1,100, so we made almost $600 off that job. Alright, let's go over here and let's go ahead and get rid of these brake pads and open this case. And then we will get another vehicle in here. Alright, what do we got here? Looks like an air filter, a barn location, and an oil filter. Damn, I didn't do very good on this one. The barn location's alright, I guess. Those you just kind of go and you look in barns and there's vehicles in there you can buy. But the problem is, see, this is where it is on the map. The problem is when you go to these, they're very expensive. Like you might pay 20 grand for a vehicle, where I could go to the junkyard and pay 3 or 4 grand, 5, 6, 7 grand, something like that for the vehicle. The junkyard vehicles are very bare bones. They're missing a whole lot, and usually they're nothing more than a frame, really. The barn vehicles are a lot more complete, so theoretically you could pay more for a barn vehicle and not have to spend as much fixing it up. But when I fix up a vehicle, I like everything to be 100%. So I end up spending a lot of money on it anyway. Alright, we got to get over here to the paint shop, the other stall open as well, the other lift. Just kind of looking through and seeing what I got going here in the later levels when I'll get to it. Paint shop's not till level 30. That's crazy. We got a long way to go, y'all. We were only level 8. He won't let me go over to the junkyard. You can see the junkyard right there above the track, but it won't let me actually get to it. And I don't know why. Maybe I gotta be a certain level to get there. But I got about 20 grand, so it would be nice to go and buy a junkyard car. And I could kind of start working on that, but I can't get to it. So I was looking through the skill level thing to see if any place said junkyard on it, but it doesn't. So I will just have to reach whatever level it is that I need to be to get to the junkyard. Well, that's a shame. But that's about all the time we have for this episode. So I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye bye.